Little bit back-ended. I'm cooking some chicken right now. I'm just a little. I gotta make sure I get that done. I'm fucking starving.
Yeah, I'm still
But
waiting on my food to get here.
oh, what the baked ziti?
Exactly.
Man, you need to fucking increase your repertoire.
Oh, I have a good repertoire. It's just like, why substitute anything else when Big Ziti is obviously the best?
Uh, Hang on. Baked ziti is just fucking fat penne noodles.
I mean, yeah.
Penne is better, bro.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
It's totally the same thing.
All right, entertain these bastards. I'm gonna go flip my chicken.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you're live?
We've been live.
What?
I never tell you when we go live,
I hate it when you tell me we never go live.
or when I never tell you we go. Well, we usually go live on time, and then I just eventually let it slip.
You know what? This is why you lost.
Spoiler alert.
Bruh, everybody knows.
Not everybody, but I'll let you start
Everybody.
talking. I gotta go flip some chicken.
Everybody who's anybody knows that, like Will would say, you were trash.
Oof. I didn't know you endorsed Shady McWillington.
Oh, I don't endorse him. He is a fuckboy, but
I'll be right back.
but I mean, you know, it's a catchy phrase, you know, like you can't hate on that. That's lit. Ian's team is trash, and you know, Will came up with it. He's making some chicken. We ain't starting anytime soon. He's actually lying. Actually lying. Don't believe his lies. We ain't starting anytime soon. In fact, we're canceling the stream. It's just gonna it's over. It's done. We had a good run, but we're canceling the stream and then we're gonna just recall it Pokemon Draft League. Zach just fucks with everything. Watch Zach fuck with everything. That's what the stream is all about. You know, it's the experience. It's what people come here for. Don't you agree with me, Mike?
Hello?
Hey, yo, Mike, don't you agree with me?
What's up?
You agree with me, right? That this stream is actually like not even about matches. It's more about just me fucking with people.
Kinda.
I am the biggest troll.
Yeah, that kinda. That's pretty true. That is pretty true.
At least it's entertaining. At least. Ah, man. Ugh. Ian's making some chicken right now, so we're waiting a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah. I bet he doesn't even season it.
Oh man. Boy.
Alright.
Man, that's just a crime. Unseasoned chicken is a crime.
Huh?
I said unseasoned chicken is just a crime.
Yeah, that's fair. That is super fair. It's gotta be grilled. It's gotta be spicy. You gotta actually taste it. It can't be no bland, stick in the mud, piece of shit chip.
That's facts.
Yeah,
That's facts.
it's gotta have flavor. If it don't got no flavor, it's gotta go. Flavor Town, Draft
Yes,
League.
sir. Most definitely. Most definitely.
I am waiting on my big ZD. It will be here probably soon. I don't know. That's what it says, but I don't know.
Word.
They never get here when I want them to get here.
What's
They
going on?
get here when they want to get here. Oh, we're just talking about how you don't season your chicken.
Who are you talking to? Oh, Mike.
Yeah, we were just talking about how you probably don't season your chicken.
I was just making sure that Will wasn't on.
I wish he was, yo. I wish he was. Yo, somebody get who wants to be a millionaire? I need to make a phone call. Will, I need your help.
Anyway, that bullshit aside, first week of playoffs, so there's some shit that went down. One of the players couldn't make his playoff spot. Jay says, "What's up, guys?" Jay actually couldn't make his playoff spot, or no, sorry, Jordan couldn't make his playoff spot. I get those two confused, obviously.
One of the two J's.
Couldn't make his playoff spots because of stuff that's going on in his life right now. Like, obviously, neither here nor there. So, we only have one match this week that's 2 rounds. And then we have Jay, not Jordan, but Jay gets the free W in first round playoffs.
And we got a swift 2-0.
I wouldn't say swift.
I would say swift.
Some
clean,
RNG fuckery, maybe.
as
Definitely in the
Mike-
first match, not necessarily the second match. Those sleep
as
pads.
Will-
Oh, no, that first
as
match-
Will would
that first
put
match
it,
is pure luck. If
Yeah,
if had
I
to
was
say
like
that.
so salty because like all the fucking play testing I did, not once did sleep powder miss. Like I was so pissed.
So, as Will would say, Mike took out the trash.
So tired of. Stop referencing him if you don't like him.
Shady McWellington, where are you?
Ugh.
Alright, I'll be right back, guys.
All right, well, I'll start talking about the match then. So, first playoff match, I decided to go Sun team first, although I had like a Sand team. Zach thinks I might have done better leading Sand. I feel like,
Could I just get bottles of Coca-Cola and stuff?
oh my god, I feel like
Thank you.
if RNG hadn't fucked me over, that this would have been a good lead. So I'm not ashamed of my lead, but Sand might have done better. We did practice against your Trick Room team a little bit different though. Like straight up, I don't know if you did any of the calcs, but your fucking Drampa was eviscerating me.
Oh yeah.
Drampa?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Drampa was OHKOing my entire team. Like,
Well, my thing is, I was debating on bringing him in the first match, but when I saw, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I looked at your team Saturday, legit, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, and then I forgot you got Lilligan, and that's what I pretty much needed to take that shit down. That's why I brought Trevin in.
let me ask you this: did William posting about me asking for a Sunstone give you the inclination?
No, well, kind of.
Cause I chastised the shit out of him after he posted that.
I looked at your team before I saw that post. I saw Lilligan and on the team roster, and I was like, oh shit. And then cause I know what Lilligan can do.
Yeah.
Every uses Lilligan.
I'm just gonna go on the fence and say that I had nothing to do with that accidental leak. It was not my fault.
It was exactly your fault.
For
It was exactly your fault.
it. No.
Anyway,
no,
though. So
no, it was carefully orchestrated.
if you're looking at the teams, you'll see I lead Lilligant and Oricorio, and here's why. This is also another thing that fucked me over. I had been playtesting on Showdown. And I had Taunt on Oricorio, but I fucking forgot to put it on my Oricorio before going into this battle. So, like, I fucking couldn't taunt you. I was like, shit! I was so mad about it. But...
Talking about that.
What?
Talking about that first turn when I went Trick Room.
Yeah, because so my plan initially was to Sleep Powder and Taunt.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that was my original plan, and honestly, I led Lilligant and Oricorio to try to, like, bait you into thinking I was doing Quiver Dance support.
Well, I kind of thought that, but then, I mean, Sleep Powder Lilligant is just too good to pass up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Whenever I see Lilligant and you have Ninetales on your team, I always assume that you're going to use Sleep Powder to try to sleep my whole team. That's why I bought Trevenant. That's why I bought Trevenant, and that's instead of Drampa because that was just crazy.
Also, I'll say, personally, I did not plan on using my Z move that early, but somebody said to fucking pull the trigger. But either way, so I did actually come up with a secondary Lilligant set that I was gonna bring, where I had Quiver Dance and Pedal Dance, and I was gonna do like a double Pedal Dance or Choreo Dance.
Shit, I forgot about all that.
Yeah.
Forgot you got that.
And I told him it would have sucked. It would have been complete garbage. And
Okay, so first of all, if I had done Pedal Dance instead of Sleep Powder turn 1, I would have O-code fucking Diancie, like no problem.
Not in the sand.
Well, no, because you didn't have sand on the first turn, so like
yeah.
I would have done double Pedal Dance.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, that's only if. Well, if I remember your first turn. If I remember the first turn, you saw Scrafty and you switched out immediately.
You didn't bring. That was the next round, I think, but you didn't.
That was definitely the first match because you switched because Bruxas didn't get to do shit.
Oh no, but your first, our leads though. I was talking about our leads, like.
You talking about the leads, yeah.
Yeah. And I was surprised actually that you went for low kick right on instead of knockoff on Bruxas at first.
Is this the second match you're talking about? Or
This is the first match because you did a low kick on right on that I had protected. It's like in the middle of it, but you did a low kick on right on that I had protected, and I was also surprised that you did low kick on him because like it was obvious he had Evo Light. So if you had done knockoff, like he would have been useless.
Oh yeah, true. I wasn't even thinking about that at the time. I wasn't thinking about the Evo Light at all. But if I do remember that, because that first match I had a swoop.
You had a swift play, yeah. It was definitely swift. I'm actually gonna kick it off. Zach, are you ready? Because I gotta flip my chicken. I need you to talk about the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't use.
Go ahead and flip your
All right, everybody ready? What were you saying, Mike? I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Oh no, go ahead.
All right, I'm about to do the countdown. Zach, you ready?
I don't have the matches, but I'm just.
Okay.
Zach will talk about what's going on, and you can just try to remember.
Alright.
Okay.
All right, are you ready, Zach?
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. All right, so we're gonna kick that off. I'm gonna go flip my chicken. I'll be right back.
Alright. That unseasoned chicken. That garbage. And if it makes you feel better, Mike, I told him that you were going to bring Trick Room first. I was like, he just got it. You know, it's something completely new from him. I know he's going to bring it. He was like, nah, he's going to bring sand. I'm like, all right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true.
I was like, it's too much of a clutch opportunity because, like, you wouldn't expect it from you. So,
Exactly.
The reason why we actually picked Ghost or Corio because Drampa was fucking us up. So I was like, "Yo, bring Ghost or Corio. It's immune to Drampa's hyper voice. Like, you know, it forces him to switch up his strategy a little bit."
Yeah. And I was surprised you bought the Ghost one. Actually, I was surprised you bought the Ghost one, but if I remember correctly, it didn't really do much.
Nah, not really. Yeah.
Because I switched into that, if I remember correctly. I switched into Revelation Dance, and it did nothing. And then he switched that out.
Yeah.
And then Bruxus came in and ate a knockoff and got Oko.
Yeah, that literally just happened.
Okay. That's what I thought happened. That's what I thought happened. I don't remember.
And honestly, if we used Gracium Z like right off the gate and Oko to Diancie, like it might have been a completely different match.
Most definitely. I said most definitely. That first turn, there was nothing I could really do except just hope and spank that he misses, and he did. So,
right,
that's what happened.
Yeah, RNG was definitely just not on his side this match. I mean, I don't really think it made that much of a difference, like as far as like the misses, like you know what happened.
Yeah, because he missed it twice, and that's what really messed him up. So
yeah.
So there was really nothing he could do after he missed the second time.
Right. That's just wasting turns at that point.
Exactly. Also, man.
Alright, I want to talk about this goddamn poison jab. So Zach had made me 2 Lilligans. And apparently Zach doesn't know how to check IVs right.
Not on fucking Oris.
Anyway.
Where you can't.
I don't believe you. Anyway, so one of the Lilligans that he gave me, I had 1 Sunstone. And before looking at the IVs, because I just assumed that he would get it right, I evolved one of my Lilligans with my only Sunstone, and it had, instead of not very good, not fantastic, not good, it had decent defense. So if I had brought that one, Poison Jab would have O-code.
So I'm just gonna say this. I didn't know I came on the stream to get blamed for you losing.
You didn't get blamed for me losing. I didn't even blame you for losing. I'm saying if I brought the one you gave me, that particular one, he would have got O-code.
Like this whole stream is just about how can Ian blame Zach for him losing.
Whatever. Anyway, lots of good. Are we on match 2? No, we're still on match 1. Okay.
Or Corio just protected itself. Do you need the
Did I take out one of your Pokemon? Oh, you used Phantom Force. That's right.
Not in that first round.
Yeah, you had a lot of clutch switches.
Yeah. Honestly, we were talking about, like, if you use the Z move right off the gate on Diancie, like, instead of using Sleep Powder, if you were just like, fuck it, I'm just going to Oko Diancie right here. If you Bloom Doomed turn 1, this game would have probably been a lot different.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
His Trick Room wouldn't have went up. Diancie would have gotten to Oko, definitely, because there was no Sand Up. So no even worrying about that.
Yeah. And, now here's something that I think Mike, you have a really good variety, but I think that you have a really good variety going into the next round of playoffs and stuff. But I think that your team definitely maximizes both sides, or maybe 3. You might have 3 variations, but 2 out of 3 really maximize on Trick Room. And I think baiting your opponents in later playoff matches into thinking you're going that way might be a key.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Do you think?
Well, my thing with Trick Room is I just recently started using it, and it's worked very well. So,
dude, your fucking Trick Room Electros Gigalith combo, It was monstrous.
Oh yeah. And I was glad I picked him like cross. It was such a key. Like, it was so clutch.
Yeah.
And I had thought about him. I had thought about him a couple weeks, but I just couldn't. My team. Another problem with my team was that like I had the bones of like 4 different teams, but I didn't have enough, except for like the Sun team. The Sun team was the only team I had like everything for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing was I didn't think you were gonna bring Sand that second battle because
We were actually. Sorry, go ahead.
because he only had like 2 mons that really benefit from it.
Yeah.
Besides T-Tar. Besides T-Tar. Yeah.
Sorry, my bad, man. We were actually gonna bring Sand first. Like I told your boy Ian, I was like, he's bringing Trick Room, bring Sand. He might not bring Sand immediately, and then because I was like, if he goes Sand versus Sand, I'm sorry, Mike, you got that because you got a lot more tools than he does to abuse it.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, yo, bring Sand versus Trick Room. Tyranitar can get the crunch on Slow King or Trevenant, and he could get some work in.
Exactly.
I thought that would have been like really clutch, and just like get the benefits out of your Trick Room.
It might have played out a little differently. Although I think again, and I only say this because there was like 3 of them that missed. I missed 3 sleep powders. Like if even one of them had hit,
Yeah, man. Yeah, the sleep powder is so annoying. It's just hard to deal with.
I mean, to be fair, that's what balances it. Otherwise, like we would just have really boring matches where just everything falls asleep.
That's true. But again, in playoffs, and this is why I decided to lead my Sun team in the practice matches. My Sun team, I thought, did the best out of all my teams, and I was like really confident in it, and I felt really good about my switches on it.
Yeah,
I tried to tell him,
dude. Again, Zach, Sand might have done better, but if those sleep powders had hit, I would have been in the right.
I guess.
No, I guess. Trick Room would have never gone off. Like, it would have been different. Anyway.
It would have been different, okay? It would have been different.
Yeah, I kind of baited. I kind of waited to see if he was going to use sleep powder.
All right, well, I'll be right back.
And you guys are both right, though. If I had led Petal Blizzard first. Or not Petal Blizzard, but Bloom Doom. That would have been a monster.
You would have took that out. I was debating on switching out right away to Trevenant because I knew you had Lilligant there.
Yeah.
And so glad I did because
and
RNG was in my favor.
That's what I didn't anticipate was the second round, because the first play you switched out Trevenant because, and this is something that ended up biting me in the ass, you were gonna switch Diancie for Trevenant to eat whatever my grass was. So so you did that, and like pulling the trigger on the Bloom Doom as soon as the round started, I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah, when he hit Trevenant instead.
Yeah, I was like, motherfucker, like.
Yeah, man, that was definitely clutch because Diancie would have got Oko.
Yeah.
And that would have been very, very bad. For me at least.
I think it's interesting to note actually, and this is why I was excited to go up against you in the first rounds too. We went up against each other in first rounds of playoffs last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I 2-0'd you, and now you come back and 2-0 me in season 2. And if you look at all of our matches, Mike, we're actually dead tied. Like, we have the exact same win losses against each other.
Yeah, I know, right? I do remember all this. I remember all this.
So like, so I was proud to go up against you in the first round, and I kind of thought I was gonna lose. Not that I wasn't trying to go for confidence, but like I said, you just had more of the skeleton there. And your team was just more rounded, and like it was intimidating off bat. But Zach, cut it the fuck out.
You know what? You don't have to blame all of your problems on me. It's not my fault you lost.
So, the next round, you led You led the, Sand Rush, Gigalith.
Slash.
Yeah, and that was like, there was, especially with my lead, like there was no coming out of that one from the get. Although, if we go through this match, there is like one point where I could have turned it around, but it's at the end. I'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
There's like literally just one point, and all I had to do was get something off, but whatever. Zach, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, go. Alright, we're kicking this one off. I lead Bruxus Oricorio, he leads Sandslash, Gigalith. And right when it started, I was like, alright, let me look at this speed. And then I was like, 130 base speed under Sandrush? Great. Fucking not outspeeding him.
Well, I don't run max speed on Sandslash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, IVs though. The IVs were
No, like the IVs are perfect, but I don't put EVs towards the speed.
I mean, even still though, like with a base speed, with no investments, it's base speed 130 under Sandstorm, and like that's fucking Jolteon level, you know, like that's gonna outspeed most people even with benefits.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And I also switched to a Mago Berry on Oricorio instead of Weakness Policy. And the Weakness Policy, if I had left that on, I would have OHKO'd your Sandslash right there.
Because I use Rock Slide.
Yeah, exactly. But then Oricorio would have turned around and died from Gigalith immediately too. So, yeah. I mean, it was a double-edged sword either way. And again, I'm more proud of this match than I am the first match, because the first match we all get hit by RNG and shit, and then at a certain point there was like nothing I could do. I was just stalling the match out. But this one we had some good back and forths.
Yeah, we definitely.
You get the Scrafty Intimidate, which like I totally could have seen coming and should have like swapped out.
It was this match where I predicted something that you were going to do, and it totally worked out.
Oh yeah, I did I did a Protect, and then you did like Calm Mind, and I didn't expect you to do Calm Mind on Slowking, yeah.
Well, there was that one, and there was like one later in the match where like you went double Protect, you Detect. You did Protect and Detect.
Yeah.
Right after that, you double switched, and instead of using like I can't remember.
Extreme speed, or
I used low kick on the slot where Bruxus was.
Oh yeah. You hit Lucario and OHKO him.
Yeah, I used you hit Lucario low kick, and I hit Scald on a touch T-Tar and burned it. And that's
yeah, you hit the Scald on the Rhydon, and then you low kicked Lucario. And here's why I switched Lucario and Bruxus. I thought, and that's why it was such a clutch move on your part, I was like, he's gonna go knockoff. I'm gonna get Justified off on this.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. I was like, maybe he might do this. I just went for it.
And if you had done knockoff on him, he had Steel Inium Z, so it wouldn't have worked. And I was trying to get that. I was like, come on, roll the dice.
Man, see, clutch moves. Moves.
And this is the Calm Mind. When I just did the Protect and Detect. You get off Calm Mind for free, and Scrafty does a low kick that doesn't kill because I protected or detected.
So Mike, I got a question real quick. Why did you decide Calm Mind over Nasty Plot?
Nasty? Well, that's a good question. I use Calm Mind because it gets a defense boost too.
Yeah, I was just curious because like I was like that's one of Slowking's traits that he has over Slowbro, is that he gets Nasty Plot and Slowbro doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. But I just went for Calm Mind instead.
No, I mean like that's the safe play. I don't blame you for doing that.
Most definitely.
Raikou is my favorite pickup of all season because he did what Entei couldn't for me, which was be a special attacker with the speed and have, like, the event Raikou has the Weather Ball and Aura Sphere, and it does have extreme speed. I didn't use it all season, but it does have it. And that was, like, Raikou ended up being one of my favorite pickups all season. And I actually never even dropped Bruxus. Bruxus was on my team from the beginning, too. And that, I gotta say, like, Bruxus is one of my favorite Pokemon for sure.
Hey, hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I can definitely say you did some things with Bruxish I never thought was really possible.
I was happy with Bruxus, man. And you and I, we'll talk about this now because it doesn't matter now. You and I had talked about maybe baiting Bruxish, making you think I was bringing Dazzling, but bringing Strong Jaws instead.
I thought that would have been perfect.
And honestly, I think in retrospect, that probably should have been the play that we went with, or at least had the Strong Jaws Bruxish ready to go. And like if I had brought Dazzling Bruxish the first match and then Strong Jaws Bruxish.
To be fair, though, to be completely fair, excuse me. To be fair, we didn't really have a lot of time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no, that's true. I had bred.
Was a big factor.
I finished breeding 4 Pokemon on Thursday night. Like, I bred and trained them all on Thursday night, and then I was waiting on Lilligant, and then I had to do a little bit more work on Lilligant on Friday, and I was technically ready to play on Friday, but I didn't get enough playtesting in, so I wanted to playtest some more. Oh, and here's the Tyranitar got hit. This is one of the things he was talking about. He used Scald on Tyranitar. Tyranitar got hit with a burn, and the Crunch didn't kill Slowking.
I'm surprised it didn't, because Slowking's not really that physically defensive.
Yeah, but with the burn, it was just enough to not kill him.
Oh yeah, right. That makes sense. That's okay.
So that was clutch on his part with the burn. RNG was against me this whole series.
Yep.
Not much I could do with Bruxish at this point. I'm just trying to bait out the trick rooms with like double protects and shit.
Right.
He uses Scald on Raikou, doesn't kill it. Raikou triggers his berry. And this is the Pokemon that could have turned the match around for me. This Raikou. And here's why. So, like, Bruxish protects, I use Discharge. I think I killed both of his Mon, or almost kill Scrafty. Yeah, Scrafty has like 1 HP left after this, including with the Sand buff. He gets buffed by Sand, and he has like 1 HP left. And I'm like, okay, cool. Bruxish can kill him with an Aqua Jet next turn. And I literally had no choice but to do that play. Because if he had got one more Scrafty move off, that was that.
Right. Man, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like, living by the 1 HP, like, you just did not have a good time.
Nah, my RNG was all against me this series.
Absolutely.
So, Aqua Jet does kill Scrafty, and then I think I went with Weather Ball on Electros. And here's why that doesn't work. Here's why that doesn't work as well. Because, yes, it becomes a Rock-type move, but, like, when I use Weather Ball with Rain or Sun, it not only turns to that type of move, but it also gets a boost. But under Sand, it doesn't get the boost.
Right.
So, like, I was just SOL on that.
That's fair.
And then Rakisha comes out. Bruxish is about to die anyway, so I'm like, fucking Aqua Jet all you can, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Raikou protects to stall. Oh, this is like the last turn, right? Almost, yeah. Okay, so this is the difference right here. Rakisha uses Earthquake. Let me see what happens. Electros's Levitate happens. Bruxish, I think, like... Yeah, Bruxish survives this, and this is why this was so clutch. Bruxish triggers its fucking berry, survives that Earthquake, and then I think is able to survive the Thunder Punch as well.
I was surprised.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
I wasn't expecting the coil version of
Me neither. And he clearly has Electros with physical. Okay, so this is the move right here. Sandstorm goes down. He loses his special defense boost. I was going for a protect to outlast the last Trick Room. It was 1 turn left on Trick Room. So if the protect went off, I would have outlasted the Trick Room, done a discharge, killed both of his Pokemon, and he had 2 Pokemon left that were like, one was a flying type and the other was almost dead, I think. And that would have been the difference right there.
That's fair.
But I couldn't pull it out, man, and that was that series. But Mike and I now, maintaining our rivalry from season 1, we are exactly even on win-losses against each other. So hopefully we'll fucking settle this in season 3. And he goes on to fight Reese in semifinals.
Should have just let Steven go in the playoffs, man. Let Steven go.
Steven wouldn't have been able to do it. Not just make it, but he definitely wouldn't have been able to take down Mike. Not with his team the way it was.
Well, he would. Well, that's what the shake was for. But nah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. And then because unfortunately Jordan couldn't make it. Oh, this sucks so bad. Jordan got Porygon too. Like, he got Porygon to go into playoffs, and he got Wishy-Washy to go into playoffs. Oh, he had such a good team. And this,
Yeah,
I wanted to see.
like,
I wanted to see the Battle of the Jays 3 so bad.
yeah. Like, honestly, like, I'll say, like I said it, like, you know, in the farewell letter, I was like, you know, I was like, honestly, like, you had a solid lineup. I wouldn't have been surprised at all if you won the whole thing.
Yeah.
This team, I'll be real with you, like, out of all of y'all, if I had to play Mike, Ian, you know, Jay or Jordan, the last person I wanted to play against was Jordan. Because that would have been rough.
Oh, yeah. Jordan,
Mike is a beast too. I'm not going to front on that, but like,
Mike's also another big threat. Actually, like Jay, not Jordan. Jay has a good squad, but and no offense to Jay, but I think the top 3 squads right now are, and if I'm gonna put them in order, fucking Mike, you, Reese, in my opinion.
I can agree with that. I honestly can see Mike taking the whole thing. His team is very dynamic.
Good.
I was playing his team and I'm like, this is really versatile. It's like a fucking a Swiss Army knife of different things he can do.
Really good team to go into playoffs, and super, like you said, super versatile, which is what you want in your playoffs team.
Mm.
You can go throughout the season changing your team up a lot. Your playoffs team, you want that versatility.
I definitely agree with that.
So, I guess we could talk about next week's matches. We got Reese going up against Mike, and Reese kept Smeargle all season. He got Pelipper off of Steven, bringing that fake out Lightning Rod Raichu.
Yep.
Mimikyu, as usual. Marowak Alolan, which we haven't gotten to see yet. Diggersby, we haven't seen a Reese's Hawlucha yet. Gastrodon. I think a Reese's Hawlucha is going to be a good counter for Mike's Scrafty.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then the bottom couple of Reese's teams are just fucking broken. So he's got Gastrodon, Tapu Fini, Duranchi, Volcanion, and then Ludicolo. Not only does he have Ludicolo that can do Drizzle, but he has Ludicolo with Pelipper, so he can abuse either Drizzle Ludicolo or Rain Dish Ludicolo.
Yes, that's fine.
And then Mike, obviously, you've seen his team and what he can do. He did not use Metagross, Drampa, or Illamuse in this week.
Yep. So those are still like up in the air.
Mm-hmm. And then we did not get to see anything from Zach or Jay, which probably works in Jay's favor.
Mm-hmm.
So what we can expect from Jay's team: highly defensive, plus double intimidate, and some sheer force for Alligator.
Yeah.
He's got a solid lineup, man. Although, if I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it's very physical. Yeah, mostly physical.
We'll see.
I don't want to talk too much about that match because
You don't want to give any of your insights away.
obviously, right?
Yeah, Jay's on the same fucking same thing. He was like, I'm glad I didn't do play testing with Zach.
Oh yeah, that's the secret of why I really want to play test against y'all so I can beat you.
Fuck you. Anyway, so those are going to be great matches. And if you go on the league page, you'll see that Zach has already started to hype it up. So it's going to be fun. We'll see how it goes.
You got the what was it? The Unstoppable Toxic and the Smash of the Brothers.
Yep. That's another interesting thing to point out. So Aris and Mike are brothers. So we'll see. Mike's his younger brother, and he's tired of being P2.
He's tired of player 2. He's tired of being the Luigi. Luigi's gonna have his day.
I posted this thing in the league earlier. This is just chatter now. Hang on. I posted this thing in the league earlier about LeBron James. There's this guy saying LeBron James had ruined the NBA. And basically what he's saying is like, he's like, LeBron James just does whatever he wants. And then he fucking, all the rest of the NBA players think it's cool because LeBron James doing it or whatever. And so I tagged it. I was like, hashtag Aris has ruined the league. like, because, I mean, I'll be straight up. You actually ruined the playoffs league because of that QREM play, which allowed him to put all those other legendaries on there.
Hey, you know what? Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. So true. But we had a good first week of playoffs. Again, really disappointed we didn't get to see the next battle of the Jays. But maybe we'll see an exhibition from them like at postseason of what it would have been, you know?
Yeah. If I'll be real though, I think the shakeups were ultimately good.
Oh, no, I agree. Some of and again, the best part about the draft league is that like you have to draft. So if you don't draft smart, you'll fuck yourself. And Aris always drafts really smart. I think most of the players drafted really smart this season, and I do want to point out a couple things that I didn't point out last week. And this is why, well, one, Jay fucking took the L from Steven in that last week, which he wasn't supposed to. So I naturally would not have made playoffs because of that. But if Jay had won, I would have made playoffs no problem. However, the top 6 teams that actually did make playoffs, if you include Steven, all those teams had a solid core all season long, and that's what was the difference there. So they had a core all season, they kept that core, and they just changed the support around it. And that includes Steven, Jay, Aris, Jordan, Mike, yourself. All you guys had a solid core. Like, at one point, I had a really good core, and then near the middle of the season, I started like doing some risky trades and shit, just because I like to switch it up, you know.
You're very experimental.
Yeah, I'm not as even educated on some of the Pokemon as the top 6 are. Like, I would say you guys have more experience overall than me. Obviously, I'm getting better every season, but you guys had more experience overall, so I do get very experimental. Now, what that gives me is it makes me hard to predict in the regular season, but it ended up shooting me in the foot for finals and playoffs. Because, like I said, all the other teams had a solid core. Everybody had a core. Except for, I mean, obviously Will, Jalen, myself, and Gurr, if you want to count him. We didn't have a core all season.
You know what's kind of funny, though, to think about?
What?
Remember, I don't know if you remember this, but remember we were talking, like when we all first drafted, and I was like having like some serious discussions with you because, like, you know, it's like my first time in the draft league. I haven't really played like competitively since Black and White, and I was like, yo, man, like, I don't know how I feel about my draft, man. I don't know if I feel confident about it. I don't know if I'm going to do too hot. And you're like, oh, nah, you crazy.
And then you bitched all season about not getting trades enough.
I wanted to do so many trades. That's
everybody is fucking
stingy, yo.
Stingy.
stingy.
And in the end, it really, if anything, it actually helped you out because it forced you to keep your core.
I know. I know. I do love my core. I'm definitely happy I kept Slowbro all season.
I'll say my favorite Pokemon on your team: Alolan Ninetales, Muck, and Vivoltic. As far as the Pokemon you had all season, those are my favorite players on your team.
Yeah, they've definitely pulled through a lot for me, especially Vigavolt. Like Vigavolt just gets it in.
Yeah, Vigavolt is really cool, and I was gonna, like I said earlier, I was gonna draft him originally too. You just got to him first, and you actually, if you remember, you were iffy about him at first. You were like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep him. I was like, do it.
I thought I was gonna get rid of him for a while, and then like he like, because I didn't think much of him from the stats, but he pulls through. He tanks hits and he hits hard.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
So we're actually not gonna do any exhibitions today because I'm feeling sick.
Oh. Okay.
I've been feeling sick all day. I actually wasn't even gonna stream today.
Yeah, you did say that.
But I'm glad we got it in because my family's coming in tonight, so
That's fair.
yeah.
Alright.
But no, really good playoffs round one. I can't say enough how disappointed I am in the Battle of the Jays drop. But again, nobody's fault there. And hopefully next week we'll see a really good matchup. That's Jay and Zach, you guys got to get together, schedule your match, and Mike and Aris, which I'm sure won't be no problem since they're brothers and they're playing fucking Tekken lately, since Tekken came out. So that was a great week, playoffs, guys. We'll see you next week. There will be no more delays. Are we still doing a bye week before finals for... I don't think we are because a lot of players aren't ready for the All-Star Tournament. We'll do All-Star Tournament probably because of shit going on in people's lives. I'll say we'll do All-Star Tournament in mid-season between Season 3. Or between Season 2 and 3. So like at the end of this season and then a little bit further in.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk to the council, see what's up.
Also, I would like to say, no, not to say that I'm gonna win this whole thing, but if I do actually win this whole thing, which I probably will, like,
Oh my god.
if I do, I would totally love to design the draft for Season 3. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Okay, and I'm with that. Here's how it works. If you win, we'll give you the initial list to create.
Well, I'm saying,
and then we'll adjust it at not only for need of player amount, but also for for like we'll suspect test it. We'll suspect test it.
And like the thing is like I was thinking like I could like post polls like what mons would you like to see in the draft? What ones would you like to not see in the draft from like this time? Like let's say like some people didn't like Smeargle or some people didn't like my Slowbro. Like, you know. If y'all like are like, I just straight up don't want to see the same shit that we saw last season, like, so don't put this in, like, okay, cool, and we'll put in some new stuff.
Yeah, obviously depending on what we do, whether Pokemon are gonna be there, obviously, so those probably won't go.
I don't know how y'all feel about Mega Stones. I'm personally indifferent to it. I like how we've been doing it without Mega Stones, only for the fact that you get to see some random shit.
Yeah.
And not just straight up Okos and tweets. But, like, at the same time, like, I do understand if people do want to try out Megas in the doubles environment. I'm definitely not against it.
Yeah, we'll definitely see.
We'll do some polls. Like, I'm indifferent to it. I see the problems with it, and I see the positives with it.
I definitely want to say I want to maintain. We usually start out and we always end up adding power as we go, and it kind of frustrates me. We start out with we try to keep it light in the beginning, and then everybody just starts craving power. So I'd like to see a good balance in the beginning. All I want out of the league draft is always balance. Like, I just want it to be balanced. So
Yeah, you don't just want like some bullshit.
I don't want some people to get a hold of draft well enough where there's literally nothing somebody else can do because their Pokemon are just super powerful. And maybe we should talk about like putting certain limits on teams so that such a thing doesn't happen. Like, maybe each team can only have up to 2 weathers or something. You know, there's stuff we can talk about to try to like regulate the meta.
Or we could see a weatherless league. I'm fine with that too.
That's interesting. We'll talk. I mean, we would never see a weatherless because we could always do hail or sunny day, you know. But,
I mean, you get what I mean by that, though.
yeah, I'm with you. So great week of playoffs, guys. We'll see you next week. And this was Murasame Gaming with Pokemon the Draft League, and we got